here we go back in Finnyfaul again. Now, you viewers out there will be thinking, this Finnyfaul place, is it a fictitious place? No, it's not. It's real. And there are real people here in Finnyfaul. My aim really is to capture ordinary people who do exceptional things. Now, when I say ordinary people, when you actually look at the background of what they actually do, they're not ordinary at all. In fact, they're extraordinary. That man can drum. That man can drum.
Hello, I'm Angus McCurrach, and it's awfully difficult for me to speak Doric because I'm from Edinburgh originally. So any Doric that I speak has been picked up over the past few years, but you're immersed in it in this part of the world. So, who am I? Well, I'm Angus. I've got various hats on. I have a background in psychology, counselling, but also in playing drums. And I have the Huggadrum business, which provides group drumming for people. I also build drums, teach drums, and also I have been known to run Finnyfaul TV, which is a different story altogether. The one thing I love about drumming is how good it is for you. Not just in terms of enjoying it, but it's good for your well-being. Now, this is an African drum called a djembe, and it's not difficult to play. And if you've got a tabletop or a cardboard box at home, you can do the same thing. Now, drumming and beats and rhythm are a very instinctual part of the human characteristic. It's in our brains. It's in animals' brains as well. We all probably remember something like this, which is like our heartbeat. So before we're even born, we're exposed to a rhythm. But what I like to do is teach people how to play a rhythm very simply. And here's one which is called pepperoni pizza. I like pepperoni pizza. I like pepperoni pizza. Try that at home in a cardboard box and you'll be playing it in no time. So this is a different type of drum. That last one was African. This one's actually also African, but also looks very much like what the Picts would play. So in this part of the world, the Picts were obviously around for a long time. And they would make their drums out of animal sinews, like this one, and animal skin. And interestingly enough, some of the Celtic and Irish drums, like the Boran, which is the frame drum, you see people playing like that, looks very similar to a sieve that the farmers would use for sifting grain. Exactly, built identically to each other, except one's got holes in it for sifting the grain. So it's always fascinated me what our Pictish ancestors would have been playing. And that's a Pictish type drum.
Can drum.
That was a jig, by the way. So drums were actually used originally for communication. You can communicate for vast distances using drums. And probably the one example of that we all know is the North American indigenous people who used drums, talking drums. This is an example of come back, your tea's out. Recent Scottish history, including this part of the world up in the northeast, drums were used more for military purposes in terms of communication, And the bagpipes and the snare drum, that's the drum that goes, carry for far, far distances. So in a battle, then to give signals and communicate with the soldiers, they would quite often use the bagpipes and the snare drum. And even prior to that, drums would be used for things like keeping time. So if you imagine the Vikings on a ship, and you've got the rowers all rowing across the sea to Scotland, and they would have somebody playing a drum to keep the time. And you've probably all experienced that phenomena when you're walking across the disco floor, if anybody uses the word disco anymore, and you just can't help yourself walking in time. So that goes back to that very primal thing that we've all got in our heads, that we use time, we use drums, we use rhythm in everyday life.
Gosh, this is amazing, Angus. Absolutely amazing what you've created here in Finnyfaul.
The base of Finnyfaul TV, which has been broadcasting here since lockdown, just to try and keep folk living in the area amused with gossip and mistruths and real fake news.
Yeah, and you know, I've seen Angus's Finnyfaul TV and the effort that he's gone into it to cheer us up, and it's on YouTube, so check it out. Angus, tell us more about Finnyfaul TV.
And now, the news. Staff out of local medical practice, Cruden Bay and Hatton, are doing a fine job.
Aye, welcome to Finnyfaul TV, and you're welcome to it right enough. But I suggest you're also welcome to Doric TV. Now, Doric TV is fantastic. That this wifey comes round here for Doric TV on her bike, or sometimes she walks. Can't afford a car, obviously. Anyway, so Doric TV is up on the go and highly recommended to anybody. Now, what Doric TV are not so good at is getting things done, not like Finnyfaul TV. We are the pothole station for the nation, and our potholes are getting sorted by the council. Well, not quite as we speak, but the man has been and he's looked into it, and he promises that it'll be fixed within the next 20 years. As I was saying, we've got this woman that comes round on her bike, Jill I think her name is, and she goes around spearing at folk, asking them questions about things, and well, she's become quite a feature. So in fact, we're looking into offering her a complimentary passport to Finnyfaul.
Oh. Well, Angus, I'm fair embarrassed. I'm fair embarrassed, Angus. We North East folk, we're quite quiet and unpretentious, you know. But, you know, when we get excited about something, and it's usually what we're doing at the present is just natural, taking things in their natural environment, people doing what they naturally do best, and it usually filters out and it helps other people, and Angus is brilliant at that. Righty-ho, more from Angus.
So, Doric, it's fascinating. I love Doric and where it comes from and its origins. My father was born up near Strathdon, which is where my connection to Aberdeenshire is. But I'm from Edinburgh originally, so Doric's not exactly slipping off my tongue. And what usually happens is folk, in fact last week I was accused of being posh because of my accent. Now I'm not posh, I'm just from Edinburgh. Well, and now we're looking at the my Huggadrum banner, which as you can see, it's got a picture of this good looking guy here. So what Huggadrum is about is combining my experience with mental well-being and wellness with the drumming, because it's very therapeutic drumming, and it's also something that anybody can do, no matter what their ability, their musical ability, or some people with disabilities who are maybe in wheelchairs. Doesn't matter, they can still drum. It works really well with helping people to express emotions in a way that they can't maybe do normally through speaking about them. So watch out, there'll be a Huggadrum group coming to your area soon. We go anywhere. We're based up near Cruden Bay, but we can go anywhere. We have the drums, we bring the drums to you.
This musical man is also in a band called The Trybe. Now, I've seen The Trybe, I listened to The Trybe, and they are remarkable. They've got this very unusual noise you could listen to all night, and actually it's quite primal. And I'm going to get Angus to tell you about The Trybe.
Well, The Trybe. How do you describe The Trybe? Well, I suppose one way of looking at it is it's the Pictish drums, it's bagpipes, and it's guitar, usually electric guitar. And so that's the instruments involved. But The Trybe's more about, it's more than what we play and how we sound, it's also about an attitude. And I think what we like to do is challenge the sort of accepted norms. So we will play all sorts of things. We play reggae, we play themes from movies, we sing Johnny Cash songs using tribal drums, bagpipes and guitar. And it's about crossing boundaries. It's about saying, well, why can't the bagpipes play this type of music, and why can't drums be used for this? But the other core to it is having a good time. Nobody in the band takes themselves seriously, and I like to think that nobody listening to us takes it too seriously as well. And that's what it's about. It's about having fun, enjoying ourselves. So one of the things that we, as I said, that the Trybe likes to do is play around with different types of music, even though they're not Scottish and certainly not Pictish. However, there was a Pictish form of reggae, and this is how we used to play that beat.
Folks, we can't get the Trybe here personally, but we can do the second best thing. Let us see the Trybe, Angus. Well, that's me and the Angus men. Tube Finnyfaul. Doing what I do best is videoing interesting people who are doing interesting things, and he's one of them. Tune into the Trybe, tune into Huggadrum, and tune into Angus. He's amazing. Okay.
Bye.
The extraordinary Angus McCurrach. Thank you. Angus has just pinged me a few lines he wrote for Doric Future, and it's called Doric Meters. This is why Doric Meters. It is as much recht to thrive in the global soup of language as any other, because it has evolved over centuries to reflect a way of life rooted in the ground, the soil, washed by the sea and shaped by ordinary folk. It has been altered by battles, invaders, traders, new friends, and all traditions. It is in itself an all tradition, portrayed through bothy ballads and through the ordinary loons and quines and all other ages that keep speaking it and keeping it alive. Thank you, Angus. And if you have any Doric connection, can sing, act, tell stories, recite poetry, and have an extraordinary talent and would like to be filmed for Doric Future, give me a shout. Here's a thought. It's nae just filming for the new, it's for the future. Hence our name, Doric Future. It's an exciting thought that in 100, 1,000 years plus time, there will be technology that we will be seen and our voices will be heard long after we are gone. Someday will be history and folk might just listen and learn from us.